Those of you who know me also know that I am obsessed with body mechanics. I love taking deep dives into isolated and combined movements, the effects they have on technique, and that is true not just as a pool player, but also as a martial artist. So firstly today, yes, I have changed my channel's name. It is now Sensei Nate Plays Pool. Sensei is my pool nickname, and I figured something more pool-centric would probably be more fitting than just using my name. And so secondly, to commemorate that change, let's dive into some mechanics. Now, I've already done a video on the 10-ball pop break mechanics, but I've actually had to change a lot of those mechanics because of my new cue, my J Flowers BRKR. Essentially, my old break cue had so much deflection that I was able to hit the cue ball level or even rising a little bit, and the cue ball would still dig into the slate because of the deflection and get a lot of height on the break shot. Well, guess what? Quality carbon cues don't have deflection like that. So my adjustment for this is to now come in more at an angle to the cue ball. And for some reason, I'm having a really hard time doing that with my normal mechanics. And so I spent some time to explore some mechanics to incorporate into my break, and this is what I got. Now, ordinarily, I would teach you this break by breaking. I'm not going to do that for you just yet because I think it's important to first explain that the mechanics involved in this break all come from karate. So first, I'm going to teach you some karate. The mechanics that I use in this break come from a technique called the gyakuzuki, or a reverse punch. It's very similar to a boxer's cross. And essentially, you get your front stance, which looks like this, feet shoulder width apart. Stepping forward, your knee pointing towards the target, toes pointed towards the target, the back foot is turned out slightly, the hips are to the side, the weight of your body is in between your feet. And essentially you want to use this load on top of your back foot to launch off of, rotate your hips, and turn that rotational energy into forward momentum. Something like this. Now, when I translate that into a break shot, I am leaning more into the table and I'm pressing more down. I'm not staying up. Essentially replacing my arm with a cue. Now I'm not going straight back and forward like I would with the punch. I'm swinging the cue more, but that's not important. None of that is important. What's important are the mechanics on the bottom half of my body. The stance and mechanics involved in my lower half here are the same mechanics involved with this break. Same exact mechanics. I don't turn the hips as much when I break. That's just because I still need to be able to stay over the ball. But more or less, it's the same. I'm connecting the pressure between the floor through my body into the target, in this case the object ball. And I want to time all those elements together. So the peak of all those elements coming together at the right time is the key to why these work. Now I do have a break that's sort of like Shane and Tyler Stiers and Mike Weiss where they stand up when they break. I'm not doing that because I need an angle on the cue, and it's easier to maintain this angle on the cue if I'm staying down a little bit more. So I implemented these mechanics to accomplish just that, being able to stay down on the ball a little bit more than I'm used to standing up, and still get some extra lower body mechanics power into the shot. So normally, looks like this. Same lower body mechanics are involved here, but now just following through with the cue instead. So I'll just play the breakout here, but pay close attention to the lower half of my body, those mechanics, and the timing between that and striking the cue ball. Now for clarity, here's the same footage, but with the on-form app analysis I like to use. This is really helpful for taking a clear picture of what your mechanics actually look like. So that's it for this new break. I'm having some pretty good success with it so far, but we'll see if it becomes my go-to break. I'm still a little unsure of it, but it was really fun to dive into, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Happy shooting, y'all.